I've always wanted to say this. Good afternoon, Liverpool. Thank you all so much for coming out to give a proper Scouse welcome to the Bollocks to Brexit team, who will be here forthwith. Warm-hearted, with lots of warmth from the heart, notwithstanding the nip in the air. Thanks to the organisers at Liverpool for Europe for giving me the chance to talk to you about the In Limbo project. We are a distinct and separate group, but of course we work very closely with the 3 million and British in Europe, as well as many other groups, and we all mutually support each other. We are a not-for-profit project, entirely funded by donations, and to date we have donated or presented as gifts over 1,000 books to politicians and journalists throughout Europe. The In Limbo books are also great Christmas presents, especially for the leavers in your life. I'm not here alone. I've brought my own Montenegrin German bodyguard. I have also brought with me our 300 friends who have contributed to our 2 books, and all of us represent just a tiny, small sample of the 5 million citizens in the UK and in the EU 27 countries who are in limbo and have lived in uncertainty for 905 days. That's nearly 30 months, 2.5 years of not being able to plan for the future, as we do not know what our rights will be next April. Add to that our approximately 15 million family members who are British citizens, and you will find that almost a third of the British population has been silenced. In order to find each other and to amplify our voices, we started the Facebook group Our Brexit Testomonies just over 20 months ago and published the first book, called In Limbo, on the first anniversary of the referendum. In 2018, we worked with the group Brexpats, Hear Our Voice, to publish our second book, In Limbo 2, on the second anniversary of the referendum. The In Limbo 2 testimonies speak of the anger of the British citizens in Europe, who feel not only betrayed, as we all do, but also ashamed and cast adrift. Wow, do this with gloves on. They are incensed that we are being used as bargaining chips. I've got the chip on my shoulder to prove it. Bye! Oh, the bus is here! Hello! Welcome to the bus! I can't see it from here. Shall I carry on? Yeah. Okay. Right, so we are being used as bargaining chips. As you can see, I have the chip on my shoulder. This is allegedly done to secure their rights, but really this serves no other purpose but to divide and rule. Instead, they stand with us in solidarity. We are twins. We are mirror images of each other and flip sides of the same coin. Right, I think I'm closer to the radio transmitter thing now. Actually, we at the In Limbo project have shown them more care and consideration than their own government and some of their families back home here in the UK. We focus on the human side and aim to touch hearts and open minds by giving a voice to a few of the individuals who have been portrayed as a depersonalised mass of migrants, which is actually and factually incorrect. We are citizens, British people included, and we are all equal and benefiting from the same rights. Well, for the moment we are. Not much longer by the looks of it. Why should we stay and pay tax on our income if we are not truly welcome? Many of our group members have embarked on their Brexodus. This is Luciano's farewell note to Britain, which resonates with us all. I came here as a citizen of Europe within Europe, but things have changed. I have experienced how the media have stopped referring to me as an EU citizen and started calling me an EU migrant. This was done to dehumanize me, and xenophobia is being normalized in order to get rid of people like me. Today I am voting with my feet. Today I am leaving the country for good. I am doing it out of principle. It is my love declaration for the European project, a union of countries in which its citizens can feel at home wherever they are. Goodbye, UK. You were good to me, and then you weren't. personally, for myself, those were Luciano's words, but personally, I am exhausted. I've been working so hard, unpaid, and missing my children's childhoods. My little daughter is here with me today, into the bargain to make British people aware of how all our rights are undermined. These are all our rights. They are your rights. And I do this, to quote Edmund Burke, because for evil to prevail, all that is necessary is for good people to do nothing. In years to come, I will know what I did to stop evil. So will all the campaigners here today, but it will the rest of the country. How do you think I felt having to tell my daughter that when she starts secondary school next year, I might no longer have the right to live here anymore? I have a simple question for you. Where's home? Is home where your heart is? That can be many places. Or is it just where you live? Well, I have lived here for 30 years, 27 of them feeling at home in Merseyside, and I had acquired the right to apply for citizenship back in the 90s. But this government stripped that right from me in 2011 without informing me. This hurts, and I am bitter. I proudly call myself an adopted Scouser. Even though I wasn't lucky enough to be born here, I had the very good fortune and the privilege to fall in love with Liverpool as a student. And after more than 20 years, I'm still in touch with a group of friends from uni, where only one was originally from Liverpool, and yet we all met as equals and got on, welcoming each other. The locals taught us incomers to be just as open and welcoming as Liverpool already is. It is not just about Brexit, but also about the hostile environment and how our human rights are violated. 25 years ago, I campaigned with the NUS against cuts to student grants. I didn't have to do this. I did not receive a grant, but I had an allowance from my dad in Germany, and I worked in Germany during the holidays, where I earn about 3 times as much as here. My fees were paid by the German government, and yet I did campaign. I did it in solidarity with my classmates, and now I am asking for your solidarity. In challenging the Brexit this government is delivering, and the way in which everyone's human rights are violated. Wherever and whenever you see racism and xenophobia, please call it out and protect the victims. Please reflect and ask the EU citizens in your life, your work, your neighbourhood, how they are. You could even give them a yellow rose. If you look up #YellowRose, it's a lovely new initiative that was recently started. Please talk about politics, about what the European Union means and what Brexit inflicts. Times have changed around us, and where do you come from is no longer the innocent question simply expressing interest and curiosity. I hope we can claim this back in the spirit of celebrating our diverse origins and backgrounds. Elsewhere in the UK, they welcome the foreign foods, but not the people who make it. And now Liverpool appears to be an isolated bastion of friendship in a sea of indifference and xenophobia. Please, let us remain united in diversity. Brexit is not a done deal, but time is ticking. We have 104 days until Brexit Day. 104 days to turn this around. Please, write to your MPs, even if they have already expressed support for the people's vote. Ask them to support a referendum on Theresa May's deal versus the option to remain. Give them evidence and proof in the form of letters and emails that this is what you, their constituents, truly want. And please ask for a final say for all, for the 5 million and young people aged 16 to 18 to be enfranchised. So bollocks to Brexit, and thank you for listening.